that you question yourself whether you are doing the right thing or not.
Yes.
Very good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. On June 14, 2013, my family and I were returning home after a long vacation from my village, Kothi. It's not one Magla Kothi, but a Kothi village in district Hamirpur, Himachal Pradesh. My little son, just 2.5 years old, was restless and kept himself entertained with videos on my phone. My mother called to check on us and we exchanged a few words before she hung up, unaware of the storm that was about to hit our lives. That night, we arrived home exhausted, only to find the house was flooded with heavy rains. As I cleaned up, I received a call from my brother's friend, casually asking about my mother. Confused, I brushed it off, had dinner and went to sleep. In the middle of the night, I woke up suddenly, feeling a deep sense of doubt. Checked my phone and saw several missed calls from my brother. When I called him back, his voice was nervous. Mummy met with an accident. She is in critical condition. Go to PGI immediately. Me and my husband rushed to the hospital to find not only my mother, but my niece admitted. I asked what had happened. Then I came to know my mother, 2 nieces and my cousin, who was 9 months pregnant, were out for an evening walk. When they were returning, suddenly rail car appeared. With no time to move, they tried to step aside on a narrow bridge. One of the nieces was holding my mother's hand and other was with my cousin. Rail car hit my mother and my niece fell 35 feet deep under the bridge. Both were taken to nearby hospital and from there they referred to PGI Chandigarh. Luckily, my niece was stable, but my mother's condition was critical. She had head injury and her femur fractured. She needed immediate surgery. My brother arrived from Gurgaon early in the morning and after consulting with the doctor, he decided to move her to private hospital. Surgery was done, but her condition got worse. Fluid entered into her chest and she had to be put on a ventilator. My mother's condition did not get better. Bills kept rising. Stress was high. My brother and I were discussing whether to stay here in private hospital or move her to government hospital where I was working. I insisted to move because we could not afford private hospital's bills. We both decided if we could get ventilators, then we would shift her. And with the help of my department head Dr. Anju and anesthesia head Dr. Palta, I arranged ventilator. But during the shift, my mother's condition was very critical and my brother blamed me, saying, if anything happens to Mummy, it's your fault. I was speechless. When they arrived hospital staff acted quickly. But private hospital made 2 major mistakes. One, they did not change my mother's blocked ETT tube. Second, they fed her even though they knew she was being moved. Despite the short distance, my mother faced difficulty in breathing. Thank God, doctors. They managed to fix the issues and stabilized her. Within a week, my mother started improving and very soon discharged from hospital. I was incredibly grateful. Looking back, I see how fragile life is and how our decisions in tough times can make a difference. My brother and I had difference of opinion, but in the end, our mother survived. Yes, it's because of doctors, but also because of our hopes, prayers and beliefs. We might not always know our choices are right or wrong, but we should trust ourselves, the path we take, trust ourselves, whatever decision we take. Even in dark times, our hopes and strengths can guide us. We might not always know our choices are right or wrong, but we should trust ourselves, the decision we make and the path we take. Back to you, Pastor.